third party is honing in on your conversations?
Yes.
Well, you're not going crazy. How many of you guys use your phone or the internet on a daily basis? If so, well, most likely you're being spied on. With the help of articles from the New York Times, Stanford University, and a journal by Laura A. Isu, I'd like to inform you guys on the NSA and government surveillance, and by doing so, you'll have a better understanding of this unprecedented issue. First, I'll talk about what is the NSA and government surveillance. Then I'll talk about how and when it started. Finally, how much information is actually being recorded. Well, what is the NSA and national and government surveillance? The NSA stands for the National Security Agency, in which the government has contracted to help spy on its people. Government surveillance is the unconsented spying and recording of its people through the use of phones and technology. However, there are many more different government agencies that help with the spying, including the FBI, CIA, and DEA. There are many different forms of surveillance that the government conducts on the citizens of the United States. The first form that is used is wiretapping, and according to Stanford University, it is the practice of intercepting telecommunications covertly. The second form of surveillance is the use of security cameras and CCTV to track every movement of people. When you're getting a new phone or signing a contract with a phone carrier, you're giving consent of the U.S. government to wiretap your phone so they could listen to your phone calls, track your location, and read your text messages. Wiretapping is not something new to the United States. It began in 1857 with the invention of the telegraph and later advanced with the invention of the telephone. Now that you know what the NSA and government surveillance is, let's talk about how and when it started. The U.S. government and the NSA started their surveillance program with the wake of the horrific 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Centers. The Congress, with the help of the Bush administration, passed the Patriot Act, which gave the NSA the power to spy on its people through the electronic surveillance program. When the Al-Qaeda targeted the World Trade Centers, the U.S. government had to reassure how safe of a place the United States was. What seemed like a good idea at the time would then lead to an everlasting spying on its people. The NSA surveillance program was created at the wake of the 9/11 attacks from 2001 to 2007. If it ended in 2007, why is it still a big issue in 2018? Well, because the government doesn't want you to know that they're continuing to spy on its people. However, do the idea of the government spying on their people with the wiretapping security cameras is good? Well, according to a former FBI director, Louis Freeh, he said, ask the American public if they want an FBI wiretap, and they'll say no. Ask if they want a feature on their iPhone that helps the FBI track their missing child, and they'll say yes. But how much of our information is actually being recorded? Everyone has information that only you and the government would like to know, such as social security numbers, bank accounts, and passports. However, there's much more than that being recorded. Anything that requires the internet is most likely being recorded and spied on. Many search engines have an incognito mode that may seem like you're in a private browser where your search history isn't being recorded or anything you do. However, according to a Google Chrome developer, Darren Fisher, he stated that when you open up an incognito tab, there's a disclaimer down here that says, however you may see invisible, we try to make it clear that anything you search is still visible to the website and may be visible to your employer, your school, and the internet service provider, of course. The next form of government surveillance is on social media and is used on to help track people, gain information, and help them target people. So the FBI appears to be using social media as a basis of deciding who to interview, target, or track with covert agents. A single Facebook post or tweet is all it takes to be placed on a watch list. Although it may seem like the surveillance on social media is for the better of the nation, how much information is needed? Although this issue that is going on in this country is not being talked about enough, we need to protect our rights as people and keep our information private. Today I've talked about what the NSA and government surveillance is, how and when it started, and how much information is being recorded. I hope to inform you guys on government surveillance, and by doing so, you have a better understanding of this unprecedented issue. Even though you might think that the government is protecting you by spying on us, think about before tweeting or posting your next photo, because not only will you see it, but the FBI and your employer as well. Thank you.